So for this particular video, I want to show how when you create a volume, and you want to attach it to an instance, how you can do it. It's not as simple as simply just coming in and attaching that particular instance. So for example, this is an instance that is running, and if you go to volumes, you can see it's basically attached to this particular volume, yeah. And if I try something like let's see the detach volume, let's try doing that and see if it's going to work. Yeah, it can't detach because it's actually in use right now. Yeah. So how would you get how do you create a let's say a volume and then attach it to that particular instance? So that is what I want. Now before we do that, let's go back to that specific instance and then click on that and then connect. Do instance connect. So we want to connect to that particular instance. Then click on connect. Click on connect and let it load a little bit. There is so much background noise, I don't know how much it's going to affect this video. Yeah, there are a lot of kids playing in the background. I tried to bribe them. They don't listen. I literally tried to bribe them with a packet of biscuits. God damn it, kids are just ridiculous. Okay. So now we're here. So we are literally logged into this particular instance. So if we do a df command, you can see it simply lists all the disks and what is used and what is free. Yeah. So for example, we have this file system, and then we have size. So used is 0, available is that. So all these are unused. These ones are unused. All of them on the dev, unused. We have 460 KB used and this, and then we have 8 gigabytes. So we have 80 GB. If you look at this, you see we have if you go to volume, basically if you go to volume, where was volumes? So if you go to volume, we can see this is 8 gigs. Yeah, so this is 8 gigs, and you can see 8 gigs, 1.6 gigs is used. Yeah. So now next thing I want us to do is let us create a new volume. So if I come here, create a new volume. Let me make this volume maybe 2 gigs. Everything is left evil. I can actually add a name tag, and then I say volume 1. Then I create. So now I have actually created a new volume. Let's let it create. So now you can see the first one is in use. This is available. Yeah. So how would I actually want, if I want to attach this to the specific instance, what should I do? So I'd come here and click this. Then on my actions, I come here to attach that particular volume. And then from here, I look for test server, which is mine that is running. Then you can see it's here. It's on dev SDF. That is where it's supposed to be basically mounted. Okay. So dev SDF. So it also says newer Linux kernel may rename your devices to dev xvdf though. So always look up for that. And then I do attach volume. So now I have actually attached this volume. So now that I've attached the volume, let's come and redo this command and see if is it actually attached. So if I do this again, see I have 0.04958 gigs. So the other one doesn't appear. Yeah, it's attached, but it's the EC2 instance can't see it. So I have to do a little bit of stuff to actually make sure this is achieved. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a file system. Yeah. So we're going to create a file system in the new volume. So you see the new volume was on dev SDF. Yeah. So I'm going to say sudo just to give me all those commands. So I'm just going to say sudoer make file system. Sorry, make fs. So I'm making a ext3 volume, and then on that particular directory, so as SDF. So that depends on which Linux kernel you're using. It told you it might be XDF or something. So we're done. So after that, clear that, and then the next thing is we want to create a directory where we're going to mount the new storage volume. So I'm going to say sudo mkdir, and then I'm going to go mount and then let's just call data. I'm just going to call data 1. I'm just going to call it data 1 mount to data 1. So that is slash mount to data 1. That's what I'm going to call it. So I've created that directory where I want to mount the new storage volume. Now the next thing is let's actually now mount. So we're going to say sudoer then mount. So we're mounting it to that directory. So the volume initially was at dev. So we are mounting that on dev SDF to this new directory, dev SDF to basically mount data 1. Okay, so it's done. So now after that, the next thing we need to do is we need to do a little bit of things. So in this case, we want to make sure when you restart your instance, the thing is mounted automatically. So for you to do that, you're going to use a little bit of command. So you're going to use a command. We're going to do echo. I'll explain this command when we're done. So we're going to say echo and then dev. Sorry, the echo and then dev SDF. Then to mount data 1. So it's an ext3. It's an ext3 format and then defaults. Control no a time. I'm just going to no a time with 1 and 2 as parameters, and then I'm going to close that, so it's echoing that. And then after that, I'm going to add a pipe command just to add. So basically, pipe command just adds to Linux terminal commands. So I'm going to say sudo. So it basically takes the first command and then into the second command, sudo t dash a, and then I'm going to etc. There is a directory called etc fstab. Boom. So basically, what that command does basically is so the command takes the string that we have generated using echo. So echo dev this no airtime 1 and 2, and then appends it to the file called fstab. So if we do cat fstab, if you concatenate etc, I believe etc fstab done. So you can see this. So it's appending that to that particular file. So with that, you actually done. So if you want to now actually check, so if you do a df command, let's click that up. If you do a df command, in this case, if you do a df command h, see now you can see we have this. You see mount data 1. See. You see if you do mount data 1, so mounted on this particular directory, we can see we have 2 gigabytes of that particular storage, and that is how you mount. So before you do that, you actually have to know. So with this, you can you actually okay. So when you want to mount a volume to an EC2 instance, you have to do these steps to actually ensure that that is actually attached. I hope this actually helped. Thank you.